It's Carter, president of Constitutional Rights Pack, constitutionalrightspack.com. Go there, subscribe, free newsletter every day, and my personal email to you today. I want to talk. Let me get this. See if I can find it here. Yeah. I want to talk trash to you. Okay. I want to talk trash to you while I am walking back to my front porch after my morning jog. Talk trash to you because of the trash that little Jakey Sullivan, essentially the number 2 guy at the State Department now, and Kamala Harris, chillingly the number 2 person in the Biden administration, I guess you could say in the country as far as the political structure is concerned. What they said yesterday, Breitbart reported it, good news source, great alternative media. They said their hearts went out. They were sympathizing with, they're crying crocodile tears over the innocent Hamas terrorists who were killed during the incredibly brave and heroic rescue of hostages by the Israeli soldiers, the IDF. Climbing up my steps here now. Picture's a little clearer, isn't it? Let me take my seat here, and I want you to think about that a minute. I want you to stop and think about that a minute. I got a feeling that, like me, it is going to stick in your craw, and if I can use a word, piss you off. I mean, folks, this was not to village idiots. Well, maybe they are. Village idiots making some bizarre statement. It says Jakey Sullivan, little Jakey. Who every time, I got to say it, every time I look at him, I wonder how much time he spends staking out the men's room. I'm just telling you. Yeah, look at the guy. If he had been raised in our neighborhood, we would have beat some manhood into him. Jakey, either you stand up there at the plate and act like a man and stop running every time they pitch the ball, or we're going to kick your butt around the ball diamond, okay? I'm just telling you, all right? So little Jakey Sullivan and cackling Kamala have decided that their sympathy lies with the Hamas terrorists and announced it to the world. It's not just chilling. It is absolutely appalling, and it's frightening because they reflect toxic Joe Biden's foreign policy. Okay? Remember, this is the same toxic Joe Biden who took time from drooling over his ice cream cone. Well, I like strawberry, okay? They handed him his drool cup. He finished up there, and he pronounced that he was going to deprive Israel of weapons at the exact moment they needed them most. Okay? That's the part of the Biden doctrine, betray your allies at the most despicable time. At their time of greatest need, you give them the least help. That's part of the Biden doctrine. This administration is by far the most dangerous in history. Jimmy Carter was totally incompetent. But, you know, to be honest with you, I remember I was there at the time. He spent most of his time, I'm telling you the truth, poring over the scheduling of the tennis courts at the White House. Thank God. Okay, look it up. But this guy, Drooling Joe, Toxic Joe, and his cadre of little Jakey Sullivan and cackling Kamala, who obviously are running the administration along with Blinken. Disaster that guy is. Let me ask you something. If that guy walked into your living room and tried to tell you what to do, what would your response be? Yeah. Hey, Blinky, don't hit yourself in the butt with the doors. You're leaving. That's how much presence he has, and he's our top foreign policy person. You can't get in worse trouble than the United States is in. So in Israel, our sympathy officially goes out, not to the hostages, but to the innocents killed during the raid. Well, there are no innocents in Rafah. Okay, Israel has escorted out 1 million of the Rafahians, or whatever they call themselves, who wanted to leave. Those there now are Hamas. They may not be wearing the uniform at the moment, but they are Hamas, okay? Remember, the hostages are saying they shot at them, tortured them, brutalized them, so sorry, ain't no innocence. And then just turn your head around the rest of the world. They're determined to start a war with China. We got to get this done. So they keep provoking him over Taiwan when China just keeps saying, we're not doing anything with Taiwan. Well, you better not. We're sending troops in. You wait till we get you. Excuse me? And then, of course, in the Russia-Ukraine war, actually it's the U.S. war in Ukraine against Russia, where the policy is not to win the war, because we can't. Mark my words, Russia will end up with Odessa. We can't win and never could. Our policy is, we need to kill Russians. We're going to kill Russians. We're going to kill Russians. They're defeating them. We're going to kill them. Kill them. So now we've handed this crazed dictator, Zelensky, long-range, powerful missiles to shoot into civilian areas. Moscow, St. Petersburg, he'll enjoy that. He's a little crazoid. Okay, remember, he's the guy who thought it was funny to play the piano with his penis. I don't get it, but I guess people like him do. So that's what we're dealing with. And according to Biden, we're going to defend democracy. Where's my drill cup? How can it be a democracy when it's ruled by a dictator? You say, well, Carter, no, he was elected. No, his term ended, and he just stayed in power. So that's what we're defending now. But we're happy as long as we're killing Russians. Well, guess what? Russia has sent missiles into Cuba now. It's going to continue to arm Cuba. I think my prediction is they'll send missiles into Nicaragua too. Okay? Thank you, Joe. So they're saying to us, okay, you surrounded us with missiles in Ukraine. You aimed them at our cities. We're going to do the same to you now. Didn't want to, but you kept forcing the issue. We got to get these people out of there. Call your senators, your House, your representatives, Democrat or Republican, say, please, could you please get that madman in the White House under control and keep him under control. Give him his drool cup. Tell him to just sit there in the Oval Office, salivate into his drool cup, play with his wing wang, whatever that guy does most of the time. Keep him doing that and keep him away from our foreign policy. Let's do this thing.